Talks with Lucy Ora. I am Lucy Ora. Today I'm going to be talking about sexual harassment. This is something that has been coming up on our dailies, happening in our societies, in our communities, churches and social gatherings. And after this edition, you will be able to know the red flags of being sexually harassed, things you should avoid so you don't get vulnerable to sexual harassment. What is sexual harassment? Sexual harassment is an antisocial behavior which involves making unwanted and inappropriate remarks or physical advances to another person. This includes sexual abuse and sexual assault, which is the extreme. According to statistics, in Africa, Nigeria has the highest prevalence of child abuse, rating about 34.4%. And since 2004, 60% of Nigerian children have been trafficked between Africa and Europe. And we also have between 2012 and 2013, 30% of Nigerian women have been sexually assaulted. I'm going to go right now to the red flags. What are the red flags for you to know that you're being sexually harassed? Number one, being touched by someone in your intimate and private part. The person could be either touching you in an unwanted areas of your body always and against your wish. You could be receiving sexual explicit emails, nude pictures, unwanted sexual remarks, and lots of things. And then I'm going to be telling you right now things that make you vulnerable to sexual harassment. Number one, alcohol and drug use. A lot of people who actually take a lot of alcohol and who use drug could be prone to sexual harassment. Suicidal behavior. Some people tend to be depressed, which I actually talked about in my previous edition about depression. A lot of people who get depressed, a lot of people who are suicidal in nature are vulnerable to being sexually abused. Number two, being in a violent and abusive relationship. People who are in a violent or abusive relationship can be sexually harassed. Number three, low self-esteem. A lot of people who have low self-esteem can be prone to sexual harassment. And then history of child abuse, history of being abused sexually when you were a child could actually lead you to being sexually harassed. And finally, security flashpoint, being at the wrong place at the wrong time. A lot of people who tend to find themselves very late at night at security flashpoints can and will be most times sexually harassed. And now I'm going to be telling you things you could do to combat sexual harassment. Educate yourself. It is very important that you educate yourself. Know the laws, know your rights. In your workplace, in your social gatherings, you should be able to know your right. Number two, report it. If you notice any of these red flags around you, at your workplace, in your social places, in the family, report to the nearest authority, to the highest authority near you. Keep copies of any documentation. If there's any documentation like emails, text messages, make sure you keep the copy and record them if you have to. Finally, speak to a legal counsel. If you want to take it up with the person who is abusing you sexually, speak to a legal counsel. I'm sure a lot of legal counsels will be ready to help you with that. If you're a victim of sexual abuse or sexual assault, you can go to my website. I'm going to be naming all the NGOs who are ready to help you seek help and the security agencies who are at your beck and call to help you combat this. Thank you, and I'll be back some other time.